Hey everyone, welcome back to Israfel Gaming. I'm Raf, and today I want to talk to you about a new game that's been out for roughly about 2 weeks called Warface Breakout. Now if I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, until last night I hadn't even heard of this game. So I was sitting on my PlayStation with a friend's Twitch stream up running in the background while making another YouTube video, and a mate of mine sent me a message going, "Hey bro, have you heard of this game?" And so he told me a little bit about it and linked me to a streamer who was online at the time playing it. So off I went to have a look. First thing I noticed about this game is just how cheap it is. It's roughly about £16 in the UK. It's about $20 in the US, and here in Australia it's only about $30. So it's actually really cheap. So after checking out some of the gameplay from the online streamer, him and I had a bit of a chat for a bit, and reading that it was a CSGO inspired tactical shooter, I had to buy it and I had to try it. So there are some things that I like about this game, and there are a few criticisms that I have after playing it. The game actually does a few cool things. When you boot up the game, the first message you see on the screen is, "Oh hey, there is copyrighted music in this game. Are you going to be streaming this on Twitch or YouTube? If so, would you like to turn off the copyrighted music?" Which I think is awesome. If you're going to be making content with this game, especially in light of the recent issues with music and streaming. The game has an insane amount of customization, with the exception of button mapping, unfortunately. But if you are wanting to customize your aiming, there are so many options here that I haven't even delved into them all myself yet. The gunplay in this game is actually pretty good. I think they've done a great job of keeping the CSGO style gunplay while optimizing the mechanics for console and controller use, so it still has that competitive feel for us console crew. Now I'm not usually one that's super into skins and cosmetics in most games, but there are a few exceptions, and I think this game is going to be one of them for me. There's a multitude of skins in this game for your guns, and some of them are pretty sick. And I actually really like the frequency in which you would get crates to open. It felt like probably every round, nearly every second round, you get a loot crate to open, which is fantastic. Now there are a few things that became evident and a little frustrating after just a few games. Like with any shooter, whether it's CSGO, PUBG or Warzone, audio is super important. It helps to give us cues for positioning, rotation, bomb plants, defusing, reloading, the list goes on. There were times in this game though when I was running and walking and I kept thinking an enemy was right beside me, and that was because the echo from my shoes was bouncing back to my character. So it can be quite confusing trying to determine where people are rotating to while you're moving. I think for this style of game, that's going to be an area they're going to have to put a little bit more effort into if they want this to be competitive in the future. Now movement didn't feel too bad, but it did feel like you were skating sometimes, especially if you were trying to run up ramps. There were actually times I would literally slide right off of the ramp. Now I did notice some issues with bullet registration and frame rate drops. There was a bit of stuttering and freezing as well, especially after reloading your weapon. However, I was encouraged after visiting the game's website and reading that the developers are aware of those issues and being extremely proactive in addressing, optimizing and fixing those problems. I think that the only thing I would have liked to have seen included in this game from launch is probably a ranked mode, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were focusing on fixing these other issues first and adding it in later. But still, without it, it still feels like it's kind of casual. But with all that, I think this is a really good game. I'm thoroughly enjoying it and love the fact there is a CS style game on console for us. This game has some incredible potential to be something great and competitive as long as the developers are passionate about optimizing it some more. It's cheap, it's fun, it has great potential, and if you're into CS style tactical shooters, you will definitely get more than your money's worth out of this game. Well, that's it for me everyone. Thanks for hanging out. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to hit that like button and smash that subscribe tab. If there's any other videos you'd like to see me make, be sure to leave a comment below. Also, if you want to catch me live with some of my crazy friends, I stream most nights on Twitch, and you can find the link to my Twitch and other socials in the description below. Thanks again everyone, and I'll see you soon.